If you feel like you've got some unfinished running business, then this video is for you. Maybe you feel like the clock is ticking and your best running is behind you. We're here to tell you that that is not the case. Today, we're going to show you 5 valuable strategies on how to run faster that you can implement now. We'll also share with you the one thing that elite runners do so well that most of us amateur runners neglect. That when you dial it in, you're guaranteed you're going to be smashing those PBs. Let's get straight into the first one.
A story I'm not particularly proud of, but I started playing guitar or tried to play guitar, took lessons when I was really young. I didn't like the teacher. The teacher was boring, so I used to bunk lessons. As a result, just gave up, never really went through with it. Years later, tried to take up guitar lessons again, but the lessons that I started out with were taught at a level that were too advanced for what I knew. And as a result, I just quit. What would have been best would have been to learn the basic notes first rather than trying complicated chords. The same applies to your running. Train for where you are now and not where you want to be. What do I mean by that? Do the basics right. Become more efficient, get the basic fundamentals in place, and the progression will come. You'll enjoy the process a lot more, won't be constantly fatigued or injured, and hopefully, as a result of that, won't quit.
I really suck at cooking. And I'm in a wine club and we each take turns to cook a meal and pair the wine with that meal. And for my night, I made a dish that required a little bit of chili. I really like chili, and so I added quite a bit of chili to this dish. And my wine friends, bless them, they were all very accommodating, but it definitely was way too much chili. And so it just proves that too much of anything isn't necessarily a good thing. And the same thing goes for your running. If you do too much of easy running or too much of higher intensity running, you aren't going to get anywhere. And that is why we believe in an 80-20 principle of running. 80% of your runs are done in an easy kind of way, and 20% of your runs are done in a more high intensity, perhaps faster aspects. And we find that as you age, that balance between the 80 and the 20 might shift slightly, in that you might be doing perhaps 85% of your runs in a much easier sort of capacity, and then a little bit less, perhaps 10 to 15% of your runs in a higher intensity capacity. And the reason for that is that we just want you to be able to recover between your sessions.
So how easy is easy enough? Well, when I'm uncertain, what I like to do is I like to sing to myself. Now, that might sound really weird, but the thing is, if I can sing the first verse of one of my favorite songs, and I can do it without like going out of breath, I know that I'm actually running easy enough. And it's a very, very simple test you can do. It doesn't have to be singing. You can read a poem, you can talk to someone, or you have a conversation with yourself. But the whole point is that easy runs must be conversational. If you can talk or sing or do anything like that, it means that you're running easy enough. And why is this important? Because easy runs are what help us to build fitness and to recover from our sessions. And the older we get, the more critical it is that we take that recovery very, very seriously. As we get older, we recover slower. So if we're doing all of our runs too fast, we're not going to recover enough in between runs. So we need to make sure that we're actually running as easy as we possibly can. There is this myth that in order to run fast, you have to race fast, you have to run fast. But over time, we have proven this to be not always true. You need a little bit of fast running, but one of the important features of a training plan is the volume of easy runs, and that's what builds your aerobic fitness to help you get faster. So keep your easy runs easy and don't be tempted to run faster because you think that you'll race faster if you run faster.
In order to run faster, you need to apply the just-in-time interval system. What do I mean by that? The intervals that are appropriate to your level, doing the right kind of intervals, and at the right time. It's important to know that these intervals are not necessarily all-out efforts, and they need to be done at the correct phase of your particular training block.
The secret weapon that will help you run fast as you get older reminds me about that Chinese proverb about planting a tree. It says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time to do so is now. And how does this relate to the secret weapon? That weapon is strength training. So strength training is so important for everyone, whether you are young or you're older or you're a man or a woman. Strength training will transform your running in so many ways. It will help you get faster, it'll prevent injury, and you'll just recover so much better from your workouts. And the thing is, if you have not started doing strength training, it's never too late to start. So as we said, the best time to start would have been 5, 10, 15 years ago, but as long as you start and get going, that is the important thing. You see, as we get older, one of the things that happens is that we lose muscle mass. So in order to maintain muscle mass as you get older, strength training becomes even more important than when you're younger. So as we say, don't delay, and if you have delayed, just simply get going.
A key aspect of being able to run faster as you get older is something that everyone forgets, is recovery. The older we get, the more recovery we need. And very often I don't think people understand or realize why this is. When we're doing the exercise, we're not getting the benefits of that exercise at the time. We get that benefit when we are recovering. And as we age, we have to allow ourselves more time for that recovery because we don't benefit from it as quickly as we used to when we were much younger. When I'm speaking about recovery, the most important thing I'm speaking about is rest days. So ensuring that you have at least one full rest day per week. You also then want to ensure that over your whole block, so your 4-week cycle, you are then having a recovery week. So you're getting all the benefits of the training that you've been doing for the build up in those weeks, allowing yourself to deload a little bit and get the benefit of that training in that recovery week.
Just as Shona said, recovery is crucial. It's all good and well knowing that, but how do you practically incorporate recovery into your weekly training cycle? We'll show you exactly how to do that in our upcoming workshop for runners over 50. You can click on the link now to book your seat. This training will teach you how to recover from your sessions quicker so that you don't feel tired all of the time. In it, we'll also show you the 4 other pillars that are integral to helping you run faster over the age of 50.